Hi there, my name is Becky Schneider. Thank you so much for the opportunity to submit this video. It's definitely a lot harder than you think. I think I'm on my 50th video right now, but hopefully this will give you a chance to get to know me a little bit more and get to see some of the qualities that I have as a leader. Hopefully this will be a good fit for what you're looking for. So question one, what do I want you to know about me as a potential school leader and administrative colleague? I think right off the bat, I'm very easygoing, very open-minded, very collaborative. I think a lot of these qualities help when it comes to working in the school setting because you have so many different people that you're working with every day, whether it's staff, parents, students, community members, school board members, whoever it would be. Really having that open-mindedness and willingness to just sit and listen and talk and kind of figure out different scenarios, listen to people, make decisions, really step back and make the best decisions based off of all the information that's given. So I feel like I have a very good quality with just kind of taking some time, getting to know everybody, building relationships, and really figuring out how to move a building forward. I've had a lot of experience over the last couple of years with the big changes. We moved from a pre-K 5 building that I first started as a principal in Delavan to now shifting to center schools, and my building is early childhood 4K 5K only. And then next school year we're actually shifting again to early childhood 4K 5K first second. So there's been a lot of change and a lot of things happening, but kind of keeping that positive mindset and really being able to work with a lot of different stakeholders has really helped kind of just keep us grounded and move forward as a building and just keep focus on why we're there and student learning and student growth. So those are just a couple things that for me as a leader, some of the important things that I feel that I can bring and qualities that I have. Question 2, if hired, what kind of culture would you strive to develop, and what would be some things that I would do to make that culture a reality? So looking at our culture in our building currently that I'm in, that is one area that I do feel is a strength of mine. We have built such a positive culture in our building over the last couple of years. And I think that stems from, me as a leader really modeling that and coming to school with a positive attitude. And, when things get tough or decisions are made and it's not always, easy for people, keeping a positive mindset and being honest with people about things. So it's one that I've built such good relationships with all of my staff, and I think that's key, that you have to have those relationships built in order to create that positive culture. So, taking the time to get to know all the staff, having an open door policy, staff come to me on many different issues, sometimes personal, sometimes not, sometimes school related. But having that relationship built to really be able to have open and honest conversations when things aren't going so great. And then figuring out ways that you can problem solve that and move forward. So every building is going to have issues. Every building, there's going to be areas to improve on, but it's taking some time to understand them, understand why things kind of got to where they were, and then putting into place some pieces and a plan to really change that. So over the last couple of years, we've really shifted the culture in our building, and you can tell, because if you have positive culture going on, it stems from the staff, from the top down too, and it really trickles down to how the students are feeling at school. That you see a difference, and if there's excitement from them, there's excitement from the teachers. So that positive culture is really important to create. As a leader, everything I do sends a message. What are some messages that I would seek to send to students, parents, and staff through my actions? So I think a lot of this absolutely would be true, that what I am asking staff to do or how I'm asking the building to be run really should be modeled with my expectations and how I would handle that. So, and what I would ask other people to be doing. Thinking of some of the actions, it really goes back to a lot of those PBIS expectations with being safe, being respectful, being responsible, and what does that mean, and how do we live that every day in the building? If I can't show and be respectful with interactions with staff or parents and students are there, they're not going to be able to do that when we ask them to do it because they're not seeing the adults do it. So really being that model for how we want those behavioral expectations to occur, and really those learning expectations. We're taking the time to learn as adults, so we expect the same thing from our students. Working with community members, with parents, thinking about that openness, that trusting relationship building, that, if there is an issue, please reach out to me, let me know, and that we can problem solve and resolve this, that we're a team. Really modeling that and making sure that that open door policy, like I said, is there, so parents do have that trust and feel that they can reach out when needed. So as a leader, I am the one that models how really we want that building to run, and it stems not just in the building but outside of there too. Being involved in the community, getting involved, living in the community absolutely helps with that. Right now, being an hour away, it's very difficult to be able to go to a basketball game or a football game and do some of that stuff on the weekend. So getting involved, being a part of your child's education, really being able to model that. So hopefully I can do that as a leader and show different ways that that's possible. Sound decision making is critically important. How do you approach making difficult decisions that don't have right or wrong answers? So this, unfortunately, I just had to deal with not too long ago. I hate to even have to use 5K and expulsion in the same sentence, but that is exactly what we just had to deal with. We knew that there was a clear answer on what we had to do for the safety of the other students in the school, but it was a very difficult decision because of the time and the efforts that myself and some of the other staff put into supporting the student and their family. When we had to go down the route of eventually an expulsion for this 5K student, it was very difficult. And it was hard not to take that personally because of how much time and how much we felt we put into that. And we just had to come to a realization that not everything can be fixed at school. So as much as that was hard, we knew what the right decision was for the safety of the other students, and unfortunately I had to make that call. But not every decision is as easy as they think, and it's not all black and white. It's not right or wrong. Sometimes there's a lot of decision making that goes in behind it, and you just have to be okay with the decision that you end up making. So in my role, that's part of that. Unfortunately, that's not the always the good side of being a principal, but it's the reality of what we deal with. Question 5, good is the enemy of great. How would you approach taking a high-performing school and making it better? Obviously, any school has room to grow. I'm very data-driven. Thinking about how we use data and how we can pinpoint areas for every student to continue to grow is something that I do all the time with my staff. We hold weekly team meetings, monthly data meetings. So we're continually looking at data. There's always room to grow. But I think part of that is also supporting staff with instructional practices and strategies and how we can continue to support that the staff grow too. Again, taking the time to just get in and observe, be in the classroom setting to help know what needs support, and then really setting a plan with that teacher moving forward. That all goes back to that relationship building, so having that positive relationship with the staff member so that they coming in knowing that you're not in trouble. This is something that we just have to figure out how to put a plan in place to move us forward. And for staff, that everybody learns. I continue to learn every day, so I would hope that staff would feel that if I'm asking them to do something, it's because I'm taking the time to also learn those expectations and do it too. So, moving forward instructionally is a big thing, but it's taking the time to get to know staff and know where we're at. So every school has the option to, potential to grow more. My position with Gifted and Talented Education really helped me kind of focus in a little bit more on those high achieving students, which oftentimes get missed. So there's always room. Every student has the opportunity to grow. Last question, please add anything else. Really, I'm just excited for this opportunity. Living in the area, I'm excited to hopefully get closer to home. That's really a big drive right now, to have more of that home and work balance, and just become involved in a community that I live in and just be able to do more and become more involved and committed. I'm excited for that. So hopefully I get the chance to talk with you more. But thank you again for the opportunity, and hopefully I'll be hearing from you soon. Thank you.